So over the past 5 years, I have experienced a psychosis twice. And basically what a psychosis is, because I don't think many of you really know what it is, but it's something similar to a depression or a burnout. And it's something where you, for a short amount of time, you lose you lose the touch with reality, basically. And in this video I'm going to talk about how I overcame it, what I did when I had a psychosis, and how you can create a sustainable life after a psychosis. So the first one happened when I was like 17, and what I felt was a big rush of adrenaline before it happened. So much that I couldn't really sleep, and it was basically driving my mind crazy. And I had these weird thoughts where I was thinking that I was receiving signals or something from something bigger than myself. I thought I was getting these signals through the television or through social media or the phone, and that it was some kind of higher power who was talking to me. And this really took about, I think, a month before it really started to subside, before it was over. But for a long time I was really experiencing a lot of confusing thoughts, and I was really lost. And I think now about 3 months ago, 4 months ago, I experienced it again. But this time it took about a week, because I really knew what to do to avoid it, to overcome these obstacles, to overcome my psychosis. So really what I did was I turned off all my distractions. I didn't go anywhere. I sat in my house, and I didn't watch any TV. I didn't listen to the radio, and I wasn't scrolling on social media, because I really knew that those things were really making me confused. By listening to those things, I received some signals that weren't really true. So I really put off all my distractions, and besides that I also started walking more. I walked in nature. I started meditating to feel connected again, amongst some other things like making music, and I started painting, I started creating art. So those were the things that I really did to overcome it. And so I think many of you might not even know really what it means to have a psychosis, but I think it's some kind of combination between a depression and a burnout. And yeah, your mind basically produces these neurochemicals where there is a disbalance in your brain, basically. And for me it was a genetic, it was in my genes, basically, and because my brother had it as well. And yeah, it's basically many times it's a combination of your genes, the environment you're in, and your personality. If you're highly sensitive, it can happen often more. But yeah, I had this psychosis, and it took like a week the second time, because I really knew what to do. I knew that I should turn off my distractions. I knew that I should exercise, that I should walk. I knew all these things to overcome it basically, and I also take medicine, of course. Um, but I think with every downside there's also an upside, because even though it's very terrible to have a psychosis, it really made me a lot stronger, and I really now have more experience, and I really know how to overcome very tough obstacles. So I know how to what things I can do to make me feel better. I know how to um, yeah, to overcome any kind of um obstacle basically. So even though it's really terrible that it happened and that I experienced this psychosis, I'm also pretty grateful for it because it made me feel more connected with nature and with other people, and I gained a lot of life experience basically. And so now I really know what to do if it happens again. What should I do? Well, I should, these things that I mentioned, I should start creating things like drawing or sketching or maybe woodworking, to get the thoughts out of my head, to bring back more clarity, and to walk in nature, to meditate. These are all things in combination. They are really powerful. And while many of you might not experience a psychosis, I think it's really beneficial for everyone. Everyone can benefit from walking more, from exercising, from creating things. So I think it's just as important for other people than it is for me. And I also think that we should talk more about it, because there are actually a lot of people who suffer from this, just like a depression or a burnout. But many people never really talk about it. And that's really a shame, because then it's still something that is really undiscovered, that is fake, and that many people don't even know it exists. And we still don't even know really what it is. I mean, we know it's some kind of disbalance in your brain, or that you produce some chemicals more than others, like dopamine or those kind of chemicals. But other people say it's like, in Eastern culture, they say it's like some kind of spiritual awakening. So they see it totally different than in our Western society. And to be, it still isn't really, many people really, nobody really knows what it actually is. So I think if we talk more about it, if we talk about it to our friends, our family, people we know, then it will become less fake. It will become clearer what it really means and what it is. And it's obviously very helpful to talk about it, because then people can help you. I remember every time those 2 times that I had a psychosis, the moment that I really got back to reality was when I talked about it with other people. I talked what my thoughts were. I said to them what I was thinking about, and I asked them, like, is this real, or is it some kind of fantasy that I'm living in? And the moment I talked about it, it really it really went away, those disbelief and those thoughts that were not true. So if you ever have a tough time, like if you ever get into some kind of depression or a burnout or a psychosis, really try to talk about it with people. Do your habits, try to exercise, try to create art, anything, to try to create things instead of consuming things. Turn off your distractions, and I really think you can overcome it. And the moment you overcome it, you will become stronger, and you will get more life experience. You will know how to overcome any obstacle. So that's really the upside of it. You learn a lot from it, and it's not all doom and gloom. It really is a life process which you have to conquer. So thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this content. Let me know what you, if you have experienced something like this, if you ever feel down, and what you try to do about it. And I'll see you in the next video.